9.
A very good Thursday evening to you. Welcome to Primetime News at 9. Coming to you live on MTV Sports and Shakti TV from our Newsfirst Centre here in Colombo. I'm Shahin Jarangpati.
And I'm Newsfirst. Let's start off with a look at your headlines for tonight.
Headlines on Newsfirst at 9.
Grade 5 scholarship examination will not be held from 2016, says the Minister of Education. President says that the issues of local government institutions are not party issues. JVP alleges that there are attempts to bring the control of local government institutions where budgets were defeated under special commissioners. 5 children abandoned by their parents found in a house in Epavala. Female anaconda at the Dehiwala Zoo consumes its male companion.
And now in your top story for tonight, Minister of Education Bandula Gunawardhan says that the Grade 5 scholarship examination will not be held as a competitive examination from 2016.
The Minister made this statement at a media briefing held in Colombo this morning.
The scholarship examination will not be held from 2016. Instead, the National Education Commission has recommended that a single question paper be set for a duration of 1.5 hours to test the child's assessment level. This will be held within the school. Examinations will only be held to evaluate maths and general knowledge of the student from grades 1 to 5 and will not cause any undue stress on the students. There will be examinations after 2016. The examination will not take place in the current context. It will be an examination to identify the assessment level.
විභාගය තියන්නේ මේ විදිහ එකක් නෙමෙයි සාධන මට්ටම මැනීමේ විභාගය.
ඒ කියන්නේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මේ පාර විභාගයක් වගේ වගේ.
එහෙම. ජනප්‍රිය පාසල් ජාතිය නැහැ නේ අපි ඔක්කොම පාසල් ජනප්‍රිය කරනෝනේ 2016 වෙනකොට.
However, teachers unions voiced their displeasure over this move.
එවැනි දෙයක් කරලා තියෙන්නේ
Has this measure been taken, casting aside the results of the Grade 5 scholarship examination? Does Royal College, Visakha Vidyalaya, Devi Balika Vidyalaya, Ananda College, Nalanda College, Richmond College, Rahula College, Kingswood College and Dharmaraja College have the same level as Kabithigollava Central College? Can Tantrimale Vimaladana Vidyalaya be on par with Royal College by 2016? No, it will not happen. Then how can the scholarship examination be discontinued? The Minister of Education has implemented a plan to protect schools that have benefits. Meanwhile, issuing a communique, the Sri Lanka Independent Teachers Union points out that closing the doors of popular schools to those who excelled in the Grade 5 scholarship examination is a complete destruction of the free education policy. It emphasizes that this situation needs to be prevented immediately and students who excel at the Grade 5 scholarship examination must be given schools. The union adds that if this is not met, it will seek legal assistance on behalf of student rights.
Now, what are your views on the decision that has been taken to discontinue the Grade 5 scholarship examination from the year 2016?
Yes, you can share your views simply by logging on to our website www.newsfirst.lk.
Let's now take a look at Action TV.
Following the release of results of the Grade 5 scholarship examination, which was held in August this year, 167 popular schools were named to enroll students who obtained scholarships to Grade 6. Last year, only 149 schools were named for this purpose. However, Action TV revealed yesterday that the government has effectively closed the gates of 6 particular boys' schools to students who belong to underprivileged families and who overcame all odds to pass the scholarship exam. In order to cover up this fact, the Ministry of Education conveniently excluded the names of these particular schools when announcing the cut-off marks for each school. It was revealed to the Minister of Education in July this year that high-ranking officials of the Ministry of Education had placed their children in intermediate grades of schools rich with resources and staff, effectively closing the gates of these schools for students who passed the Grade 5 scholarship exam. The Minister said then that he would carry out an investigation into it, and incidentally, these are the views that he shared today.
We launched a prompt investigation and high-ranking officials have been changed. However, children have been enrolled to intermediate grades on some occasions.
Steps not being taken against high-ranking members of the Ministry of Education, which barred underprivileged children from seeking an education in these schools, can be considered as an unusual change. As a result of this change, we can clearly see that a different policy is to be adopted when enrolling grade 5 scholarship students to 6 particular schools.
If at least 45 scholarship children are being accepted into a class, then we will release cut-off marks. If it is 40 students or less, then we don't publicize it.
This bears testament to the extent to which children have been admitted to intermediate classes of popular schools from grade 2 to 5, effectively barring entrance for underprivileged children to selected popular schools. The irony is that officials who are involved in this inhumane act are ones who have come up and risen through the ranks of civil service thanks to the grade 5 scholarship exam.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa says that issues that have cropped up in local government institutions do not reflect a crisis within the party, but are issues pertaining to positions.
The head of state points out that those who left the party have the most amount of problems regarding a party crisis.
The All-Ceylon Central Committee meeting of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party was held at Temple Trees yesterday, presided by President Mahinda Rajapaksa. Speaking at the meeting, the President reiterated that while it is important to work by honouring the people's power, public representatives also have a responsibility to protect and take the party forward.
None of us would be in these positions without our party. So we have a responsibility to protect this party. Do not assume that you can go ahead without the party. Those who did so have been wiped out of the history books. Therefore, you bear the responsibility of protecting this party.
The 2014 budget of the United People's Freedom Alliance governed Imbulpe Pradesh Sabha was defeated for the second time.
Thereby, the chairman of the Pradesh Sabha will lose his position.
The second round of voting for the 2014 budget of the Imbulpe Pradesh Sabha was held today. The budget received 2 votes in favour and 9 votes against it. A UPFA member of the Pradesh Sabha made off with the budget document while a tense situation arose.
පක්ෂ වෙනුවනොත් මෙතන ඡන්ද දෙන්න අපේ ආණ්ඩු පක්ෂ මන්ත්‍රීවරු 6 දෙනෙක් ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නැද්දි මිනිස්සු එක්කගෙන ඇවිල්ලා මෙතන බලපෑම් කරලා අපේ ඡන්දේ මේ විදිහට බාල්දු කරනවා නම් අපිට මේ ආපහු ඡන්ද තියලා මේකේ දිනවල වැඩක් නැහැ. හැබැයි මතක තියාගන්න මේක අතිගරු ජනාධිපතිතුමා වෙනුවෙන්වත් අපි ඡන්ද දෙන්න හිටියේ. පක්ෂ වෙනුවෙන් ඡන්ද දෙන්න හිටියේ. ගරු උපසභාපතිතුමා ඇතුළු මන්ත්‍රීවරු.
When 4 members, including the deputy chairman, were voting against the budget, one member grabbed the documents from me and ran out of the chamber. Because a member made off with the documents and because of his thugs, we were unable to vote. We were to vote. We were to make our statement against the corruption and intimidation of the chairman. We requested the chairman to postpone proceedings of the Pradesh Sabha because it is impossible to obtain a proper result from a vote when there is an issue in the chamber. Ruling party members who voted against it requested for the vote to continue.
Voting for the 2014 budget of the Madirigiri Pradesh Sabha has been postponed due to continuous protests received against it.
The deputy chairman and I held discussions with the members and reached a decision. The budget was presented. It was decided that the vote to be held on another day. The budget will not be defeated. We were expecting a budget that would enhance development in Madirigiri, but our expectations were shattered.
Meanwhile, the 2014 budget of the Kinya Pradesh Sabha was passed today. Moreover, the opposition of the Karati Pradesh Sabha in Ampara say that the budget of the TNA governed Pradesh Sabha was defeated yesterday. However, the chairman of the Pradesh Sabha says that a vote on the budget did not take place yesterday.
இந்த பட்ஜெட்டுக்கு எதிராக
Three members of the TNA, including the Deputy Chairman, Tachana Murthy, voted against the budget. I voted against it too. We voted against the budget due to the arbitrary actions of the Chairman of the Karatiu Pradesh Sabha. Yesterday, facts were presented, but a vote did not take place. I can state that clearly. The budget will be presented on the 26th. They can vote on that day.
If this is the case, then what transpired at the Karatiu Pradesh Sabha yesterday? Over the recent past, the budgets of a number of UPFA-governed local government institutions were defeated. There were instances, however, when budgets were passed. Incidentally, the Sri Lanka Freedom Party has reached a decision to take strict disciplinary action against its members who ensured the defeat of budgets of UPFA-governed local government institutions. The General Secretary of the party, Minister Maithripala Sirisena, issuing a communique, said that it was decided to request for reasons from those members and expel them from their current position with immediate effect. The Sri Lanka Freedom Party has also decided to appoint members who voted in favour of the budget to fill positions left vacant by the chairman.
Mayor of Colombo, A.J. Musammil, speaking at a media briefing today, commented on the passing of the 2014 budget of the Colombo Municipal Council.
The budget was passed because the opposition did not vote against it. Our system of governance was displayed to the entire country. The municipal council showed how an opposition and a ruling party should govern an institution. This was not a victory that I achieved. This is a victory for the Colombo Municipal Council and the people of Colombo.
JVP Politburo member parliamentarian Anurukumara Disanayake shared these thoughts during a media briefing in Colombo today.
The SLFP is completely ruled by the family. For the first time, rebellions have broken out against this regime at Pradesh Sabha level. Now they are saying that individuals involved will be removed from the party. People who voted against the budgets will not be given the position of chairman. They are now levelling various threats to protect their authority. However, it seems that local politicians are now distancing themselves from the regime. They have begun to challenge it. The final vote on the budget will be held tomorrow. We challenge the government to hold a secret ballot in parliament tomorrow. The government is trying to weaken local government bodies. They are trying to consolidate the powers of a number of institutions under one rule. That is why proposals are being forwarded to appoint commissioners to local government bodies that were defeated.
Welcome back to the news. Here's some startling news from the National Zoo in Colombo, which we don't hear very often.
That's right, Inoshi. A female anaconda housed at the Dehiwala Zoological Gardens had swallowed its male companion.
A pair of green anacondas were presented at the Dehiwala National Zoo by Czech Republic in 2003 under the Animal Exchange Program. A full-grown green anaconda can reach up to 35 feet in length. The pair that shared a cage at the zoo gave birth to baby anacondas in 2008, 2009 and last year. As green anacondas have a tendency to consume its own kind, the pair were caged separately. However, as they refused to consume meals provided by the zoo, zookeepers were compelled to cage the pair together.
Once the mother gives birth to her babies, she checks whether her young can adapt to the new environment. So she bites her babies. If the young escapes, it survives. If they do not adapt, they are eaten by the mother. It is the same in the wild.
However, in this case, the female anaconda had swallowed its male companion last night.
The pair had tussled last night. There are teeth marks on the scales of the female. Because of the cage, the male cannot leave. If this happened in an open environment, the male would have had a chance. This is how nature works. If we did not separate the young, they too would have been eaten.